Okay. Peace and blessings, family. This is Chef Ruth. Hope all is well with you. We're going to get started in just a second, okay? So, get this passcode real quick. All right, aloha everyone. This is Chef Ruth. Yes, yes, that red button.
Chef Ruth, what button do I hit?
Okay, it's the red button with the yes.
This one?
Yes, right there.
Okay, Chef Ruth. Thank you, Queen.
You are very welcome. Yes, press that.
This?
Yes, right there. Send request. Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much, OG. All right. Welcome in, Ekumo Mai. Welcome.
Yes.
Now okay, for sure. Ekumo Mai, Jasmine, Elisha,
Hi.
how's it? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Man, it's a pleasure. So this is Plant-Based Social, everyone who's on this live. This is your food science here in the islands of Hawaii. And the topics of today's show is living a life of aloha, okay? Another topic is how to spiritually connect with your partner. And then the last topic is medicinals and vitality. And so I had to do further research with Spirit on these questions and where individuals were having blockages in relationships and, respecting their partner's positive changes and living that life of aloha. So, yeah, I specifically needed Elisha and Jasmine's help and, their take on spirituality and divineness. So let me get this camera right real quick. Okay.
I know this Instagram live stuff is a whole other.
It's a whole nother entity,
It's a
right?
whole other animal. I'm like,
okay.
Am I stressed or is it just technology?
No, you're right, sis. It's a whole nother entity. This technology, and we working with it the best way we can. Sometimes, the Wi-Fi goes out on me, and I'm like, oh shoot, I need to maneuver a bit, or move this camera a bit.
Hola.
So that, and yes, for sure, brother.
We apologize for being in our car. Our meeting ran over about an hour or so.
Oh no.
No, it's
Look,
all good.
sis.
We're making it
Look,
work.
sis. What matters is the information. What matters is, yeah, I'm good, G. Okay. What matters is the information that gets out, and wherever y'all are, I'm just glad y'all spirit is here on here. That's what matters. Oh man. I'm good. I'm more grounded, more vital, more focused on the things that I say and bring into manifestation, and more focus. And your greens of God has helped me do that focus one, brother. I'm not even going cap. That greens of God has got me on lock, man. For real. For real. So, like I said, I had to get these leaders of the nation, these healers, the visionaries of the Aina, beyond the nation. They help, people, Elisha and Jasmine. So I welcome you, brothers and sisters. I welcome you all on here. So our first question is how to connect with your partner spiritually. And whenever I think of partners, I think of you two building each other. It's a constant building, you know, and appreciating each other. And so, you know, I have this scenario of you know, say a couple is married 5 years, and you know their muscle memory is you know low vibrational foods and negative mental programming, and you know say that one person decides to change course and live a plant-based lifestyle and you know want to feel better, want to be better, want to talk more positive, you know, how could that low vibrational partner be uplifted and raise the vibration as well? Do you believe it's up to the partner who wants to change course to help that partner ignite and spark that change, or is these, you know, they have to just work with it together in that frame of sense?
Or first introduce yourself.
As he is devouring a mango. Girl,
Yes,
we're
actually,
right
yes.
on brand.
Finish your mango and Jasmine. Let's see. So the work before we put that question out there, we're gonna do a little rewind. So Jasmine, what do you do here on the Aina?
Oh, girl. I reciprocate as much mana as I can back to Hawaii, in a holistic approach. Um, but first, hola gente, aloha kako. My name is Jazmin Young Diaz. I'm a descendant of the Muisca people of Bogota, Colombia, as well as Korea, um, Israel, and Italy. And I'm a settler here in Hawaii, who was called to this place by Mauna Awakea. And, you know, in what I suit up for regarding Hawaii is absolutely pertinent to learning and doing my part as someone who is nourished and held by this land to preserve and to honor all that is within it, which is the people, the culture, the mo'olelo and the kauna of the spaces that are here. And I do that through space holding with Elijah, through Awakened Aloha, as someone who stands as someone who doesn't have the koko, who is not Kanaka Maoli, but absolutely knows my place as someone who is being loved and nourished by the people and the land, to do my part in whatever I can to restore energy back into this place and the people of this place. So that's kind of like in a generalized sense. I think there's different things that him and I both contribute to individually in that work, and it crosses over into the implementation of bringing people back into ceremony and really helping people of all walks of life restore their connection to their ancestry, to Aina, to source, and ultimately to each other. So that's me.
Yes, and you can feel it toward each other, you know. That is powerful. Thank you, sis. That is powerful introduction. Yes, for sure. So my brother, what do you contribute? What do you contribute to the Aina, to your Hine? What is the works and the service that you contribute here?
Hello, Mekako. O Elisha Kalā Jazmin Young. Blessings and bliss, abundance of aloha to all that is, to all that was, to all that ever will be. I come from the great descendancy of King Pi'ilani and King Liloa of both Hawaii and Maui lines, as well as Oahu Kakuhi'ewa, Oahu Alua. I come from a beautiful Ohana, being half Kanaka Maoli, and being an Aboriginal offspring of Hawaii. My kuleana as a Kanaka is really comprised in three main pillars that really is at the foundation of what we do with Awaken Aloha Healing Arts, and that is really to spread aloha in three ways. Aloha Aina, Aloha Aku, Aloha Kanaka. This has been the message of the people of Hawaii since prior to the arrival of Pa'au and the Tahitians in about 1100. It's the unwritten law of the universe, unwritten law of Hawaii to live as one who is the true essence of aloha, which is unconditional, divine, compassionate, and transparent love. And in the comments, as we see with Brother Ricky saying, his quote right there is the health of the Kanaka is the wealth of the Lahui. The health of the individual human is the wealth of humanity. If we do not have good health, in mind, body, in spirit, and emotions, then really we actually put a cap on our mana and on our life force. And so if we're able to have good mana and pono mana, knowing what to eat, what to intake, how to bring in mana, how to manage mana, how to give mana, then all of our lives can be really peaceful and blissful, and therefore creating a reality for all of our communities to actually be at that vibration as well. And so we only aim to live at the highest vibration. Why? Because once you're there, you realize it's really the only place to be.
No joke. That is true. That is true words, true spirit, and it goes up, for those who seek. It goes up, there's always a higher frequency, a higher vibration. And I'm so glad we crossed paths, because I'm telling you, the products that this man makes gets my frequency and my vibes so good, from the noni to the greens of goddess, to the she legit. What is with the she legit? The mana. The pure mana. That's the one. So we're gonna get to that in a minute, though. And I thank you so much for introducing yourself, for making that aware. I apologize. The people need to know who you are, or the service that you do here, on the Aina. I believe the social medias don't capture everything that we do. There's always a behind the scenes. There's always, a closed door that people don't see, and that takes a lot of work. That sometimes it's crying, sometimes it's releasing, and no one knows what it is, So, I thank you again for your service and spirituality. How do you balance that flesh and spirituality in your relationship? Is there fasting needed in times of the relationship to keep that foundation?
Yeah. Maybe we'll just go back and forth with a minute or 30
For sure. Oh yeah,
I need everybody who is watching to please share.
Yes, share this.
Right at the bottom right, share this.
And Elisha, if you see somebody commenting or something, let me know. I can't see from here.
Okay, all good, yeah.
On your phone. Go ahead. So your question was kind of, how do we balance the humanness with the divinity?
With the divinity, yes, sis, for sure.
Oh, sis, we've been, navigating and honoring that so much, I think, within the past, really 6 months. And the truth is that I feel as a woman, I'm really honoring within my own self, because I think for him and I, we really prioritize self-maintenance and assessment and introspection like nobody's business, that's something that I think we have absolutely instated in our relationship, that is a priority of self-awareness, of self-mastery, so that we're never looking to each other as as that one to do all the things. Like the one
Ah,
will do all the things, and you get to
mm,
just be the person who adds love and support and accountability into that pursuit. Um, so yeah, so I think I've been taking a lot of rebalancing of what my needs are within my body, within my journey, um, and then sharing that and integrating that on a spiritual level with Elijah, where we come back to ceremony as much as we
mm,
can. We're defining our pillars of love to make sure that we keep at the forefront of our bigger vision. Um,
mm.
and we lean on our soul family, like yourself, and we lean on people who can hold us when we're trying to keep that balance, you know, within ourselves and for each other. And so I think massively, you know, and on the physical realm too, our diet, um, honoring our bodies physically in terms of exercise, and plant medicines are something I think that brought us together massively. And so
Yeah,
that's absolutely a part of our maintenance.
the plant
So
medicines.
that's my response
So that's
in a
that brought
nutshell.
you all together in some ways. So
I
Elisha,
think
you
it
got a
just,
response to that one?
yeah.
Yeah, you know, hey, I think in the balance of both flesh and spirit, it's so important to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Did it go?
Yeah, good. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
we're good.
yes, I believe that on the sacred path, having the balance of both flesh and spirit, it really depends on the clarity in the mind, the
Mm,
clarity in consciousness, and the clarity in consciousness is going to be due to being able to have an energetic body. Um, if you're not clear because of whatever is coming through your body, because of a lack of awareness of the honor you give to your food, it's really based on really education, and I feel that we um, have really been in alignment in terms of how we treat our body, how we operate our own spiritual practices from the jump, and the kind of integration of that is really still unfolding. You know,
mm.
we have been in a relationship for about a year now, but I mean, like I don't know how much lifetimes, but plenty. And
Plenty.
and we and we are trying our best to really kind of expanding and deepening our true connection to how to maintain each other through how to maintain our own selves as best as we can.
Mm,
Um, I feel like in the balance of both flesh and spirit, we ask all of our people, hey, if you're feeling any which way, you really got to ask yourself, um, how nourished are you? How hydrated are you? How rested are you? And how
mm,
are you breathing? And we try to implement this as much as we can in our practice, because we cannot teach anything that we're not implementing ourselves. And when we can come back
mm,
to who we are at the highest vibration, all of those things must be checked. If they're not checked, you can pick up on the indicators that causes you to actually be at a lower vibration. And so if we're called to do a fast, it's important to actually do a fast. We try to do a fast at least each month, for 2 to 3 days. For most of the time, to maintain our mana, we usually do intermittent fasting almost on a daily basis, having only fruits and veggies all the way up to about 2 o'clock. Um, being
wow.
being kind of able to have a good plant-based meal to actually end the day, having a good tea with some pure herbs, chamomile, shilajit, feeling
Oh,
good to end the night, and
yes.
really just to make sure that we always got mana, and
Mm,
to have a reference point of when it's low,
Yeah.
and how to pick it up for one another.
And how to honor
that
that too, I
gauge.
think, when it's low.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Whoa. Aloha to everyone who came into the live. Y'all just got a packed version of a spiritual connected relationship that honors balance, that honor the feminine and the masculine, you know, that honors vitality, and respect, and fasting, you know, not only does that, you know, cut off the fleshly, you know, vibrations, but also it tunes, you know, our eyes, it makes our eyesight better, you know, it helps our digestive system, you know, it helps our brain think more clear, you know, fasting. So that is, man, they just gave y'all a handful of nuggets. I hope y'all got a
Yes.
pen and pad out for real, because the terms, even the terms that they put out is on a high frequency level. Okay, so really get engaged of what these two are saying, for sure. And, you know, speaking of vitality and medicinals, Elisha and Jasmine, you know, I know you all take different supplements and herbs and, you know, vitamins and things. What are daily, you know, vitamins and herbs and, um, you know, chlorophyll, things that you take to, you know, on a daily basis, you know, just like 3 or 4 that's you really your number one go-tos each day.
Mm.
Mm.
Me?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, okay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys ready. You ready for this?
Here we're gonna get a whole list, y'all. Get out the paper.
Well, you know, we implement everything that we offer to our community. You know, we are
Wow.
heavy believers in just always being able to make sure that the energy of the body is moving correctly, meaning you have to
Mm,
be flushing just as much or even more than you're intaking. And so we always make sure to implement our greens of greatness. In our kits
okay.
that we offer to people, we have our greens of greatness. We have which is 15 superfoods that comes from 8 different countries.
Mm,
I personally implement this 3 to 4 times a day because of actually what it does in terms of being able to feed our bodies effectively,
yes.
to feed our cells, and to help our cells to detox effectively. Um, we implement pure hand squeeze noni, kohe noni that comes from the base of kohe lepe lepe. This helps in the cleansing of our colon, the cleansing of our intestinal tract, the cleansing of
Mm,
our na'au, all of our stomach and organs, that helps in the processing of our foods and our kidneys. And this also is an alkaline juice that goes through the liver and comes out into the bloodstream as electric. And this helps to clear out everything.
whoa.
And you know, with a handful of our tinctures, the key one, as we already spoke about, was pure mana. We implement pure
Pure
mana on a
mana,
daily
yes.
basis to help to ease in the balance of our truth and our mana, on how we operate cognition. And two of the key plant medicines we don't implement on a daily, but we absolutely implement this almost on a weekly. It really depends. Is one is hape, a plant medicine that comes out of the Amazon, which is herbs mixed in
Mm,
the beautiful plant medicine of tobacco, to actually help to have a stimulation to the crown, help in focus and creation time, um, and really helps the whole brain to operate at a higher vibration. And ancestral mushrooms for anybody, especially in the time of transitioning energy and being able
mm-hmm.
to change old thought patterns, old paradigms, reconnecting to who you are. You know, I think all of our ancestors all around the planet knew the power of ancestral mushrooms and the implementation of this medicine. And if you haven't yet, um, just DM us. We're gonna help you out.
Yes, please get the ancient spill on the magical mushrooms, for sure. Um,
Yes.
wow. And I did not know that the nani was, you know, the alkalinity that helps push that bow and cleanse that area out. That's something new,
Yes.
you know,
Heavy.
that I learned today. That's heavy right there. I just knew that it got my skin real clear and, you know, buttery and things like that. But going all the way to the digestive, That's deep.
Yes.
And
Yes.
your, like I said, your greens of goddess, that I really like that. I really like that. That's something that I use every day myself. And I thank you for creating these products, for doing your research, for using it, on yourself. You actually live this life. You
Right.
actually, not only do you create these products, you use these products, you know what they do, you've experimented with them, and that speaks a lot of volumes. Okay, so
Right.
make sure everyone on the live, everyone who's watching this on YouTube, on Facebook, please go to Elisha's page and Jasmine's page, where they have the links in their bio to get more information. DM them on the products, the herbs, the supplements that they have to keep your vitals up. Keep you more focused. Even help your connection and your relationship. Okay, uh,
Mm-hmm.
living that life. They are living that life of aloha. And Elisha and Jasmine, they're big advocates of this, and not only advocates, they're living this life. They're leaders, and this is what Akua, wants us to be. Leaders of positivity, leaders of ever changing positivity. Okay,
Right.
and we are aware of, people say, quote unquote, the belly of the beast, and United Snakes and things like that, but we are, you know in a way, living in that atmosphere. And we state the 12 tribes, the holy 12 tribes, and we've all been affected. We've all had, land taken, and people killed for the sacrifice of our culture, our medicines, our beauty, living our cultures, feeding our families, growing the land. And a lot of our ancestors lost those things. So my question is, how can those 12 tribes come together and acknowledge, yes, we've been through those things, um, and you know
All good.
okay,
All
so
good.
back to the question. um, yeah, so how can the 12 tribes, you know build build our cultures back? I know we still have books written. We still have our ancestors who've left things in place for us already. It's in our DNA. And how can we all come together and build a form of, like, a positive nation's, um, like, organization or something, or just come together.
Mm. I'll share. I would love to speak to that. Because what's beautiful about the question even being asked is that there's already being admitted. Um, maybe, can you hear me? Maybe.
Okay, we're good. We're back on.
Ruth, maybe.
Good.
No, I was gonna.
to us, or has it been to me?
I can't tell. Hello? Ruth, can you hear us? Okay, I guess you can hear. Um, hmm, okay. How can cross-cultural people in to world and this new awareness, and is pertinent these moments happening, that word in process of much, because it is risen and is rising in the reinstation of who we come from within our DNA. I think Elijah and I have really been implementing a balance of the and non-doing. So honing in on our own mana in terms of securing ourselves as a vessel to receive that kind of channeling, and then act from that. Can I, Ruth? I can hear you. Or actually, can you hear me? I can't hear her. I can't hear you, Ruth.
Let me stop
Oh, maybe it's her earpod.
that you're the one.
Yeah. They can hear us, but we.
Yeah. So continue.
Okay. Maybe we should retry it. Huh?
Okay. Go speak, baby. You can speak.
Okay. Yeah, but I should. Okay. Ruth, while you get that situated, I'm just gonna continue.
Go, baby. Ching. Popular connection to Mickey.
I don't think so. Because everyone said they could hear us, no? I have two.
The two is.
No, you're not.